have it, Falcor Bay. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson. Katie. And they'll be facing Supersonic. This bout is good. And of course, we fight outside today. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. What a punch. She got hit clean by that hook. Just missed with that hook. A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do you train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it, but watch when the rounds roll on.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
She can't find a home for that jab. Beautiful counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fight. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. She scores with that counter. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. It's not been going well for her, and you can see the... And there's the bell to start round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponents by applying constant pressure.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They threw the hook, it didn't land. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? These punches coming from every angle. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You come on, you forever.
Let's get it started in round three. She's coming off a fantastic last round. Let's see what she's going to do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
that counter. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Which fighter will say no mas? Nice counter shot by her. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. Nice job by her to block that jab. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute.
And there's the bell to start round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've been in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter shot. Do not throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Slip to avoid the jab. No rest for the weary. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance.
There's the bell to start round 5. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Good counter punching. Insane action. The perfect counter lands. Catch and shoot. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle.
Back and forth they go.
That hook doesn't score. The building is going bananas. Will they see a huge upset here? They've avoided catastrophe there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Goodell, something. Get back out.
Let's start the 6. That last round was a debacle. Let's see if she can get things righted here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
That time counter shot. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Good defense stopping the left uppercut. Nope, that hook won't score. This fight a little bit closer than I think. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
You're right, Todd. What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
What's the referee thinking right now? Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly set. Here comes round 7. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Knock down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
The straight right just misses. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little favour and pickpocket him.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter shot. A big whiff with the right hook. Nice counter shot. He wasn't ready for that counter. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You'd like to see more jabs. Catches and counters. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent.
There's the bell to start round 8. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Good counter shot by her. Straight right, just misses. Up. The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. The referee determines that we're good, and we will continue to fight. No rest for the weary. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. There's a counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? That counter shot lands. Has to be careful for that. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.